Now then, we have the unmistakable smile of Gracie Gold of the United States of America. Won in American Nationals for a second time this year, but it's been a bit of a torrid time for her since then. She is 21 years of age now, and she is skating to Daphne and Chloe by Ravel.
Much debate and speculation as to Gracie's mental and psychological state, given the difficult few months that she's had. I can only hope that, having had such a disaster in the short, she's approaching this with reckless abandon rather than caution, which we saw yesterday.
No problems on the double axel to start.
And that caused her problems yesterday. Good start. Let's hope it continues.
Next up is the triple-triple combination, Lutz and then toe. Well, that was all wrong, completely off axis and no room for the triple toe on the end. Well, she looked tentative going into that triple loop, but she made it count. Double axel, triple toe. Now then, here comes another attempt at the triple Lutz. And again, just the single. Off axis again on the triple flip. Triple Salchow, double toe, double toe. Well, it's not the Gracie Gold that's been fourth at Worlds the last 2 years. It's not the Gracie Gold that won American Nationals for a second time this year. There is still much to admire in this young lady, but it's difficult seeing somebody skate with such a crisis of confidence.
Yes, and obviously there were dramatic mistakes, and yet I actually feel a little bit more confident and positive on this. than that from Skate America and that from the short program, because there was a different demeanour. I thought that she had a little bit more attack towards the end. It was great to see her do the double axel triple toe loop, which she hasn't done earlier in the season, and there did appear to be more commitment than there has been. And she didn't throw away the components. It would have been understandable, given all that she's been going through of late, to throw away the component scores, let the performance drift, and she didn't appear to do that. The step sequence at the end had as much aplomb as we've seen when she skated cleanly before it.
Yeah, she is such a pleasing skater. So good to watch usually, but it has been a tough season for her. She was in 10th after the short, and her score for that was more than 20 points shy of her personal best. It was a very, very tough watch yesterday.
And you know, she's a very lovely girl, and she has a huge following and a huge fan base, and everybody in skating has been passionately trying to help push her through this season. The triple lutz there, you can see at this point in time I thought it was make or break. She could have absolutely disintegrated, but she didn't. She came back, and that's where I think there are some glimmers of positivity and optimism for the rest of the season. Double axel triple toe, which wasn't even perfect in the air. She fought for it.
It's definitely on the lutz and the flip that she has the issues, isn't she? Neither of those were ever going to work today. She was completely off axis in all the 2 attempts at the lutz and the 1 attempt at the flip. She'll need to go back to the drawing board on those.
You're right, Catherine, and yet, bizarrely, those are the jumps which were previously her strongest. That the lutz was so reliable and so consistent for a few seasons. And so it's obviously got a little grey cloud hanging over it at the moment that needs to be dispersed.
It shows just what a mental sport it is, doesn't it? Because she hasn't forgotten how to do a triple lutz, that's for sure. Well, 10th after the short, 54.87 the score there. It's not going to be too difficult for her to improve, but of course the 2 deductions for the 2 falls, 111.02, again well short of the PB. She goes into 2nd of the 3 skaters we've seen so far.